Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Marakar Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayath, Dawadah, the house of David. Alright, so we just gonna jump right into it, alright? Because there's a major prophecy that have to take place. And it's the mark of the beast, and it's going to take place. All right. First and foremost, this thing is all over the place. Okay, they got nothing but news articles, digital wallet. This is what I'm showing you right here. This ain't nothing but a step to the mark of the beast right here, which is the RFID microchip. Okay, and then you got the near field communications. All right, this thing ain't nothing but what you call the Internet of Things. Everything is all going to be connected. Right, your phones, your houses, everything. That's what you call in the hands of smart, like in a smart world. Okay, this is what this is going to. Okay, but ultimately the chip is going to have the running means of all of this. But this is just a condition to get you ready for the microchip, to get you to take that microchip. Okay, get you to take that mark of the beast. All right. Because some people are going to be like, you know what? Nah, I don't want to, like, especially when you go into the stores, like Walmart and certain places, they got things locked up behind a glass now. All right, so they got people waiting and stuff like that, and then you got the self checkouts. They talk about the 15 items or less, or you have some stores with no self checkouts, with no registers. Okay, like human-to-human contact registers, but selfless checkouts, meaning that they do have a place set up. They do have a certain places set up for this RFID microchip. Okay, where you can scan your hand. Okay, they also have an Amazon store that has to where you can scan in. All right, with the chip. But anyway, let's jump into this here. Okay, so this article right here that I have up here is called It Wallet. It says new documents coming to the digital wallet. Here's what they are. It says they are about to be added new documents at It Wallet. Okay, the Italian digital wallet with legal value that allows you to have your own smartphone on electrical version of some of your main identity documents. It says there are so many missing, but the project is moving forward. In fact, they are being defined two new implementing decrees. It says certainly at the draft stage, which will allow us to expand the number of documents presented on the wallet. Okay, it says at the moment our digital wallet integrated in the IO app only contains licensed health insurance card and European health insurance card. This is going on overseas, man. Okay? Because why? You're in the beast system. All right? You're in the beast system. You're living in Babylon the Great. Okay? This is what you call NATO and the EU. This is a part of that European Union. This is all this is all coming down. All right, which is the elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, and so on and so forth. Okay, which the United States is a part of that European Union. Okay, or that NATO. All right, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. All right, which they have plans for, which we call a New World Order. All right, an NWO. Okay, and their plans is a microchip. The entire world to put you in subjection unto the super elite. All right. It says a European health insurance card and a European disability card. Citizens who require them through the same app can view them. Right. So this is all getting you ready for this chip, huh? Okay. A physical chip that they want to insert into you. All right. Which the word is karagma. Right, which is an incision into your skin or into your forehead, okay? All right, because your pineal gland right, is in the middle of your head. Okay, it's that soft spot when you're a baby in the middle of your head right there. That's where they want to put this chip at, because they know that the Most High has control right here. Okay, so they're trying to call themselves gods on the left-hand side and be a god, okay, and control you. They're trying to be like the Most High. They're trying to be like Yahweh. But on the left-hand side of wickedness, which is in totalitarianism, total control, a total government. Totalitarianism government. Okay? All right? It says citizens who request them through the same app can view them. It says to access you need the SPED, all right, or the SPA ID, or digital identification. All right, the DIC, digital identification. Okay? So let's go down here. It says, however, the one that can be accessed at the moment is only one basic limited version. The government aim is to integrate, all right, a new version, okay, integrate a new version of the wallet by the end of 2025, anticipating the launch of the European project scheduled for 2026. Right, so they have this thing which you call Agenda 2030, right? So they want to bring in their new world order and have everybody under their new world order, which is all done by the European Union, okay? And all these European nations, which is all in cahoots together, which is all spoken about in Revelation, the 17th chapter. Okay? Excuse me, the 13th chapter. Okay? And in Revelation, the 17th chapter. Right? Which is America. America, the European Union. America is in cahoots with the European Union. All right? And NATO. All right? It's what you call an alliance. But they all have an alliance of what you call a one world government. Okay? A new world order. Okay? Which bringing in a digital system. All right, a new system to reset this system to bring it over to a digital currency. Okay, which is the RFID microchip, which is nothing but prophecy. Okay, an end time prophecy which you are living in right now. All right, okay, which will be implemented and mandatory. Okay. Just said to fry the whole world. I'm going to read that scripture, but I'm just going to read a little bit more of this. It says the system will soon be fully active with the publication of the two implementing decrees provided for by the CAD, the Digital Administration Code. Okay, see, and they try to put it backwards. They put CAD. All right, a code administration digital, but it's a digital administration code. Okay, it says, and with the induction and with the introduction and the additional features, among which I would like to mention the citizens' access to online services of public administrations with authentication via Enter with wallet, and the availability of the driver's license to the public wallet as a document equivalent to the identity card, and the possibility of private operators to enable themselves as providers. Announced last week, the Secretary for Innovation. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much all I really need to read on that. All right, that's pretty much all I need to read on that. So pretty much it's really getting into this chip, man. It's really getting into this microchip. So here, let's do this here. Let's go here and let's put in the Internet of Things. All right. So the Internet of Things. Let's go into the AI mode. All right. So the Internet of Things, okay, is a network of physical devices, vehicles, appliances, and other things. So all these things are all going to be connected to one, which henceforth on your phone, all right, on your phone, that's all a part of what you call a radio frequency. So everything is all got to do with radio frequency. It's all connected, which is that chip, which all has that 666 mark, right? Which is the 666 mark, which is the mark of the beast. All right, inside that silicate glass that has what you call the Universal Product Code of America, which is 666, where everything is going to be connected. You're going to have your ID on that chip, okay? Your banking information, all right? Your birth certificate, okay? You see, everything is going to be entered on that microchip. They're already moving this system over, all right? When that whole distraction went on with Israel and Iran and all these things like that, and the fighting back and forth and all those things like that, that was nothing but a distraction. Okay, that was nothing but a distraction. All right, now there's rumors of wars and things that are hyping up, but first and foremost, this microchip has to come to pass. All right, this microchip has to come to pass, and while all of that was going on behind the scenes, they were resetting this whole system. Okay, why you think you see so many things with this chip right now? They were resetting this system. Okay, but the Most High gonna crush this thing. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua gonna crush this whole system. He gonna tear apart this whole beast. All right. America is gonna be burned by thermonuclear missiles. All right. ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, will touch down on the face of Babylon. All right. Okay. But first, this microchip has to happen, and it's gonna happen. All right. It says vehicles, appliances, and other objects that are embedded with the sensors and software and network connectivity. All right. This technology allows these devices to connect and share data with other devices and systems over the internet. These devices, sometimes called smart objects, can be as simple as a smart thermostatus, or a complex as an industrial machinery. It says the aim of the lot is to create seamless communicative network between people and processes and things. All right, a lot of system typically involves three components: smart devices equipped with computing capabilities such as sensors and communication hardware to collect and transmit data. That's what that silicon RFID microchip is all about. It's connecting data. Okay, transmitting data. It's able to check you credit scores. All right, it's going to be ran off of a credit-based system. All right, off of your actions. Okay, this credit-based system that they have set up, which is the mark of the beast, the mark of the beast. Okay. All right. Just digital passports and all that. That's just getting ready. That's just getting ready for you to take the chip. So when you go into, you got eye retina scans. You got facial recognition when you go into the airports. Everywhere. You got facial recognition outside when you step outside. On the cameras outside up top, they can see your face and read who you are. Okay? There's a lot of things going on. They got a lot of that going on in New York right now. New York City is really the starting home, okay, of all of it right now. All right? Because Washington, D.C. is not the capital of the United States. New York is the home of the United States where everything gets started. Okay? Just so you know, so you understand, all right? And they took away the D.C. from Washington as well. Okay? So it's not the District of Columbia. Okay? But anyway, let's go here. It says a lot application, software and services that integrate data from multiple lot devices. It says often using AI or machine learning to analyze it and make decisions. Geographical user, all right, interface, a platform like a mobile app or website to manage and control lot devices. Okay. So here, these are just examples. Okay, healthcare, the applications of lot and diverse and impact many industries. All right, and as you can read right here, retail, manufacturing, health, agriculture, transportation. All right, monitor vehicle performance, monitoring route optimization, and shipment tracking. Okay, agricultural. You read all of these here, man. Okay, so yeah, that's what the Internet of Things is all about. That's what this microchip is all about. All right, so let's get in here. Let's go here to the scriptures. Okay, let's go to Revelation real quick. Revelation, and let's go to the 2nd chapter and the 10th verse. It says, Revelation 2 and 10. It says, fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, right? Okay, shall cast some of you into prison, right? So these prisons, right, is what you call concentration camps. Those are the prisons, right? That's what's going on right now with ICE. All right, the Southern Kingdom, all right, is being locked up, okay, and hauled off. It's not because of them sneaking or so-called sneaking into this country. They were already here before that. Okay, our people were already here before that. The Southern Kingdom, all right, they were already here before that. Okay, so really what this thing is about is that microchip. Okay, they taking them to these concentration camps to chip them. They're not taking them there to send them back to their so-called country. Okay, they're taking them to these concentration camps to ship them. That's why it's saying being tried. Okay, being tried. Now, that's why it says the whole world is going to be tried. That's why this is going on. That's why this is happening. It says, fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Right, that ye may be tried. Okay, because they're gonna be tested in them. They're gonna be tested in them concentration camps. They're gonna push off that chip onto them. Okay, they're gonna push that chip off onto them, man. All right, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Okay, so let's go here to Revelation. Revelation, the 13th chapter. Revelation, 13th chapter. All right, Revelation, the 13th chapter, and let's start up. Let's go right here at 15. We're gonna start here at 15. Usually I start up a little higher, but I want to start at 15. Usually I start at 15. Okay, so 15. It says he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Right, the image of the beast. The beast is what? America. Okay, the image is what you call how America comes off as. Right, their philosophy is the image. Oh, we this great kingdom, and we're this great place of the land of the home, the free, the brave. Okay, that's the image of America. Image of America, the home of the free, land of the brave. All that madness, all that lies. Okay, the image of adultery and everything else, and all these things. That's all the image of this society, of this kingdom. Okay, it says the image of the beast should both speak, right? And how they gonna speak? Through their legislation. That's how they're gonna speak, pulling off legislation to try to take away your rights, your so-called rights as a human, your so-called rights. Okay? By breaking down legislation and doing that, going back to what you call the Patriots Act. All right? Patriots Act 1, Patriots Act 2. That's when really they started to destroy your so-called rights. Really want to break down the amendments, tear down the amendment. This is all the elites. All right, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, and so on and so forth. They want to tear down your so-called rights, so-called your First Amendment rights, and all these things like that. Okay, which really the amendments ain't got nothing to do with the Israelites anyway, because while we were slaves, those rights wasn't written for us. They were written for the so-called white man. All right, but obviously we're in this kingdom, so we can exercise those rights. Okay, but even though they really technically wasn't written for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, but anyway, that's another video. That's another story. But let's continue on. It says the image of the beast should both speak, and cause it that as many that would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right, and that's how they gonna do that. These concentration camps, martial law, FEMA ain't nothing but concentration camps. They got over about 800 to 900, maybe more than that, maybe 1,000 concentration camps all over the United States. Okay, which they call death FEMA camps. All right. It says, and worship the image of the beast should be killed. And what they got in those camps, they got what you call guillotines, what you call torture racks and things of that nature, all in these places. All right, for people that don't want to take this microchip. All right, or for people that's on a red list and blue list and that's disobedient, that's going against this system. Okay. So that's what the truth of the matter is. Verse 16. This is the most important part. 16 and 15 and 17. All right. Verse 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, meaning the charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, right. So when it says call both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, right? Those that are locked up, those who have higher status in this world, the higher class, with the elites ain't going to take these trips, but meaning the ones that work for the elites, all right, they're going to end up taking these microchips. They're going to end up taking this mark of the beast, okay, in order to stay apart and stay relevant in this society and to buy and sell. All right, now they have this thing called they came up with a solution called a cognified prison. Okay, so that's what's getting into the free and the bond, those who are locked up in prison, those who are free. Okay, so they have this cognified prison, which is going to consist of a brain chip. Okay, I'll do the video on it. All right, it says free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Correct. Verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right, the name of the beast, or the number of his name, and the number of his name. Right, which the name of the beast right here is Mystery Babylon the Great. Okay, America. Simple. Okay, and the number of it is 666. Okay, that's it right there. Okay, and when you go into that number 666, imperfection, okay, which is the number of a man. All right, and we know who this man is. All right. So verse 18, it says, here is wisdom, let him that haveth understanding count the number of the beast, where it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right, so right there, we're going to end it off right there. And we're going to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Arakah Kodash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone and well. Peace and blessings and citations to the hopeful elect, to Bayath, Dabadah, the house of David, Abba Ball.